was trying to marry between Adam and Eve. How they all began. Why one ended very successful, one ended a failure. Life has tracks, but for you to win, you must do your best in that track to win. 1 Corinthians chapter 9, 24, 27. Every great winner must prepare greatly. 2 Chronicles 27 from verse 6. But it will only take mental fortification to win. Matthew 7, 24, 27. You can't be mentally weak and be a winner. And that is why before you celebrate anything, check the strength of the man. So without obeying a law, you can't win the race. There are rules in boxing. There are rules in football. There are rules in badminton. Everything has rules. If you want to win in any race, you must know the rules. The more you neglect the rules, the more you fail. You live close to the football pitch does not make you a winner of the football match. So when you start neglecting rules, you start losing. For example, you asked to fast, you didn't fast. You started losing already. That's one part of losing. You started here by not fasting, by not praying, by not coming to break your fast. Those are all rules to make you win. You know, I was looking at the Bible today and I said, what if man was created in Genesis 1:26, and then by chapter 2, Adam went on a fast. By Genesis 1:26 and 28, man was created. But by chapter 2, Adam would have gone on a fast for, let me say, for 20 days or 30 days, or separated himself. This is it. Blessed. If you read the next chapter, they took work and gave to him immediately. After the next one, he took a woman and planted in his life immediately. Distractions everywhere. So if I was to write the Bible, I would have told Adam, now that I've given you responsibility, stay out of everything I created for a few days. Then pray and fast. Stay from food. Prepare your chapter properly. I can't see an Adam fail if Adam was carried on that line. By Genesis 2:18 to 20, but by verse 15, God gave him work. Look at that. And these are the things that every man dream of: work and woman, man and work. By 15, God gave him work. By 18, God saw that he was lonely and gave him a woman. By 20, read verse 20, he has expressed mentality, capacity here. But there was no spiritual preparation for Adam. No spiritual preparation for Adam. Adam was not prepared spiritually. With this great vision, Adam was not prepared spiritually. And to me, I've read this Bible all my life. This is today I saw Adam's problem. Adam was not prepared spiritually. He had a job, he had a wife, he had mental smartness, but he wasn't prepared spiritually. So I say, hey, that's the problem. Now, it was time now for Jesus. This is the difference now. In Matthew chapter 3, verse 15, Jesus met John the Baptist. Suddenly, he was baptized. A voice came from heaven. Suffer not now, for this becomes that you go to verse 16. By verse 17, a voice came from heaven. This is my beloved son, in whom I am well pleased. What a wonderful. Oh, look at the voice from heaven. Straight from the sky. But I thought if a man hear from heaven like that, that's the end. By chapter 4, Jesus, show verse 1. Jesus went to pray and fast. Jesus was led by the Spirit of the Lord. He was to tempt by the devil. Verse 2. He went to pray. He went to fast for 40 days. The one who heard from God directly still needed to spend 40 days alone to pray. Then go to verse 3. Now, look at it. You see, why we are suffering, we don't have a sense of spirituality. We just don't have it. Now, this guy fasted. By verse 3, the devil came. This one has fasted. By verse 3, Satan appeared. Satan appeared for Adam in chapter 3 in the garden. That one was not ready. This one was ready. Satan came. So you see, whether you are ready or not ready, the devil will come. Are you all following me? One was ready, Satan still went to him. One was not ready, Satan still went to him. The difference is that the one who was ready overcame the devil. The one who was not gave in to the devil. Is that the same Bible you are reading? Calculate scriptures. Don't just read it. Use this Bible and calculate events of scriptures. Two great visions. Two massive destinies. One failed. One who had all. Jesus Christ even came in a troubling time. One who had the easiest ride in life. Which to me, Adam would have been the successful man on the earth. You know the problem? There was no spiritual preparation. So before the serpent came in chapter 3, the serpent wouldn't have even appeared, because if Adam had fasted in chapter 2, the serpent and woman they wouldn't have created woman immediately. They would have allowed Adam to go through the process of preparation before woman came. Jesus never had anybody given to him. He finished fasting and chose his disciples himself. So if you read Genesis 1, so I want you to recycle scriptures now with your own life. Genesis 1, 26, 28, we saw the blessing. Genesis chapter 2 should be the fasting program of Adam's life. Genesis chapter 3, we know that the devil will come in chapter 3. Definitely he will come. Jesus heard from God by chapter 3, was led to fast in chapter 4. By verse 3, Satan came. There is nothing special about the year. It's your assignment that is special. Nothing special. There is nothing you have not done that you will not do this year. But the things you see ahead of you should be your purpose. And then how are you prepared for the things ahead of you? It's not talking. I don't believe in those things anymore. How spiritually fortified are you for the journey ahead of your life? So what is fasting? It is purpose, practically engage with the absence of food through spiritual fervency. It is purpose, practically engage with the absence of food through spiritual fervency towards your next level agenda or levels above agenda. But for the next 7 days, I want to treat the serpent called Pharaoh. Because in every year, there's an arranged, Jesus got up with a vision, there was an arranged Pharaoh for him. Adam came up, there was an arranged Pharaoh for him. Every year carries an arranged Pharaoh. And we must first attack the Pharaoh and bring him down. Because if you casually play, I have told myself, the things you don't confront are your enemy. Write that down. I've told myself that. I will spare no nonsense around my life. The things you don't confront physically, I'm not saying spiritually, physically will become your nightmare. The devil knows that he needs to see you cry so you can say, I've gotten you. Genesis chapter 5, 15, 12, and 14. Abraham was sleeping one day and he had a dream. And when the sun was going down, a deep sleep fell upon Abraham, and lo, a horror of a great darkness fell upon him. Verse 13. And he said unto Abraham, know of sure that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not theirs, and shall serve them, and they shall afflict them 400 years. Abraham was the first man God told about the children of Israel, how many years they will suffer. And also that the nation whom they shall serve will I judge after shall. Now look at it, they have a great future, but they will suffer for 400 years. Now if you notice, Abraham did not fast about this issue. He didn't pray about it, so it came to pass. I'm trying to teach you something now. If Abraham has fasted and this thing wouldn't have happened. Abraham never fasted, never prayed, allowed the prophecy that God showed him to come to pass. Because if Abraham had said, no, my seeds can't be in captive, this thing would have stopped. Abraham saw it and allowed it. And when he is dead and gone, his great-grandchildren were placed in captive. Because he never prayed about it. I keep saying, revelation is not enough. What you do after you are told is more important than revelation itself. And that's why I keep saying there are pastors, I don't see them as pastors. Because prevention is more powerful than telling me I have a problem. I don't believe in that. So he got up and saw this thing and allowed it to happen. He died. And Jacob's own time, his children, his grandchildren, his great-grandchildren became, lift your hands. Some of the battles you are refusing to fight here, remember you have children. They will be the ones to inherit it. Say, God forbid. You must be sensitive to your own future. If I say serve God, it's not for you. It's not for you. It's for a destiny in your life. In Exodus 1 from verse 8, a king came to Israel to tell you that the prophecy must come to pass. Look at it. Now I want to ask a question and be honest about it. Exodus 1:8. A king came to Israel. I don't understand why anybody will come to Israel and forget Joseph. Demonic investments are powerful. You must know this. Satan can influence anybody. Satan can influence any human being on the earth. This is the story. Now there arose up a new king over Egypt, which knew not Joseph. Is it correct? Is it correct? Can you forget Martin Luther King in America? How can they forget Joseph, the man that brought them out of poverty? how will you tell me that? That the whole country, a king came into power and there was no record of Joseph. Is it true? No. That prophecy was about coming to pass. Satan was orchestrating that what God showed Abraham years ago is about to happen to the children of Israel. The thing that God showed them is about to play itself. For it to happen, this king must forget Joseph. See this king? Because if he had remembered Joseph, the thing will not come to pass. So somebody must do something against God to bring something to pass in your life. That's negative. Why will Joseph be forgotten? That guy brought world-class revolution for wealth. He salvaged nations, not only Egypt. That means the whole earth knew that he was a salvager. Why will he be forgotten? Because when you don't fight against what is coming against you, the devil will use every means to bring it back to your life. By Exodus 1, 11, 14, look at that. And Exodus 3, 10. Now look at this. If you read verse 9, you go to verse 9, look at it. He came out and look at what he did. He said unto his people, behold, the people of Israel are more mightier than, this is a new king. He said unto his people, come, let us deal wisely with them, lest they multiply. It come to pass that when they fall out any war, they will take over this land. Keep going, 11. Therefore, they did set over them taxmasters to afflict them. Look at that. Built for Pharaoh treasure cities. They turned the children of Israel into slaves. Just to make sure what God showed Abraham in Genesis chapter 15, 12, 14 comes to pass. Lift your hands up. May you not allow the calamities meant for this year to fall in your family. Shout amen. To come upon your children, to come upon your life, to come upon your business. So it's just 14 days fast. Look at Exodus 3 from verse 10. So God did a very beautiful thing that I keep saying. It was through man the vision was sent. It was also through man the vision was what? Delivered for protection. It's, okay, Moses, come now, I'm sending you to go to Pharaoh, that he might bring forth my people, the children of Israel, out of Egypt. Lift your hands. Any Pharaoh that will rise against this year for your sake, they must go down for your sake. Pharaoh has a mission of forgetfulness. Pharaoh's mission is to oppress you. His mission is to hold you captive. You must rise and fight the taxmaster ahead of you. You have the power to confront him. How to confront Pharaoh? You must pray and fast. Isaiah 58 from verse 6. It's a yoke you must break in your life. Exodus 4:17, you must know the word of God as you fast. Number 3, you must make sure the mouth of God is your mouth. Exodus 4:11 to 12. I end here. In every future, there are pharaohs. In every year, there are pharaohs. You see that thing that's happening to you? You might have seen that thing 20 years ago, 5 years ago, but you did nothing about it. I've just shown you a picture. Abraham saw that at the time his grandchildren will be placed in captivity. He did nothing about it. I asked them a question and I said, if Adam was created in Genesis chapter 1 and Genesis verse 28, he started praying and fasting for 40 days, serpent wouldn't have access in that garden. But you see, when Jesus came out, he went to fast for 40 days. Even though the serpent came, he had no access. You are not doing anybody a favor. When, as I'm saying, this year, choose the places you enter. It's not every church that is a church. It's not every pastor that is called of God. You need prophetic guide as you need food to eat. All this idiocy around us, you are joking inside God's house. You are playing inside God's house. Take your life serious. Abraham would have saved his children from captivity. He joked about it. And then, in the time of his grandchild, the captivity came. The serpent wouldn't have accessed that garden if Adam was asked to fast.